Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. And you know, I got the money hands going. We're about to talk about this money, and I'm going to show you why I am the plug. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about plug power again. I think a lot of people have been sleeping on plug power, and plug power has been doing some great and wonderful things over there. They even have a defense contract with BAE Systems. Now, if you're not familiar with BAE Systems should remind you of a company like Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, or even General Dynamics. So let's break down plug power, and here's a lot of room for growth with this particular stock. I'm even going to show you my position when it comes to this particular stock, because I think it's imperative that you understand the value when it comes to plug power. So over the past year, plug power has been up 171%. Okay, we see that the current price point is around $39.72. Over the past 5 years, listen to this, plug power has been up almost 2,400%. I know a lot of you guys are not doing the math in your head, so I'm gonna bring you down the timeline just a little bit. Now, me personally, I invested in plug power around $3 per share. Okay, around $3 per share. Let me get there. It keeps tanking. Okay, here we go. Right around here somewhere when plug power started hitting around $3. Okay, and then now, and so in the beginning of this year, plug power went up to $65 per share, almost $66 per share, and then unfortunately it tanked. Okay, it did a deep dive. But nonetheless, plug power is still on the rise. And now it's at one of its lowest points that I think it's going to get. It may dive back just a little bit, but it's going to continue to go up. Now, I'm going to break down my current position with this stock, and then we're going to talk about plug power for you guys who are not familiar with it. Now, if you see my current positioning here, my average cost where I bought plug power at was $25 per share. And that's no small feat, because, again, I went in, I bought over 200 shares of plug power. I sold those shares at a great profit, but I should have kept majority of my shares. See, a lot of times we may need money, and you should just be shaving off your stocks. Take, for instance, you have to buy something very expensive, okay? And you have $150 of these particular shares, and this is really the only money that you have that's sitting somewhere other than your emergency fund. You never touch your emergency fund unless it's an emergency, okay? But there are some times where you can just shave off a little bit of your stock. So take, for instance, you have 150 shares of plug power and you sold 10. That's perfectly fine. You still have majority of your stocks in there. And then you can do recurring investing, AKA dollar cost averaging, where you invest monthly into that particular stock. But nonetheless, that was my average cost of $25 prior to me buying 200 to 300 at $3 per share. Now, currently I only have 137 shares. This is 15% of my portfolio, but my profit is roughly around 60%. So that means that 60 cents on a dollar. So for every $1 I invested, I receive 60 cents. Now, where else can you go in the world other than investing and receive that amount of return? I know, don't worry about it, nowhere, okay? I'm the plug this morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am the plug, because I'm going to plug you with the information you need to make more money and give you the context behind it and why you should do so. Now, for you guys who are not familiar with plug power provides alternate energy technology, which focuses on the design, development, commercialization, and manufacture of hydrogen and fuel cell systems used primarily for the material handling and stationary power markets. Its fuel cell system solution is designed to replace lead acid batteries in electric material handling vehicles and industrial trucks for some distribution and manufacturing businesses. You see the CEO, they have roughly about 1,300 employees, and they're right out of New York, and it was founded back in 1997. Their market capitalization is around $22 billion. And we see in the past year, they was up to $75.49. And then today, they're up to $38.49. So again, if you buy today, you're buying it on the dip, because this stock still has so much room to grow. Here's some of the related areas that plug power is in. It's one of the Robinhood's 100 most popular stocks in materials, New York, industrials. Okay, moving right along. This was information that was given out last Thursday timeframe about why this stock was essentially rising. The analysts, 25 analysts on Robinhood, is saying buy at 72% 28% of them saying hold, but no one is saying sell. That means that you should get in and buy this stock. Please do not stop investing when it comes to Plug Power. Very, very important. We understand that Q2 of fiscal year 21, it took a deep dive, and there's been no actual projected markets right now, but we can get into the information to help you make a well-formed decision. And here's some of my history of some of the buys that I made. I mean, look, I'm investing $2, $28, $50, right? There's nothing big there. I'm just continue to invest in Plug Power. Now, other ones in this particular market page that I think you should pay attention to is Fuel Cell Energy and Blink Charging. And for that, I'm gonna go over to Fuel Cell because I think there's some room to really make some good money in Fuel Cell. But this stock could be dangerous, as you can tell here. Fuel Cell reached all the way up to $28 per share at 1,200%, and then it's been dying off. Okay, but there's still room to make money there if you look for long options. Okay, long options, and we may come back to that. But nonetheless, let's move on. We go over to Yahoo Finance, right? And we're going to look at their performance outlook right here in the middle. They're saying short term, midterm, long term, it's all going up. And I do believe that. Now, there's some contradictory information on here where they said that the stock is overvalued. No. The stock is not overvalued. It's undervalued, in my opinion. Now, as we move forward here, I want you to see some other analytics that they have for September, October, and heading into November. We're looking at the middle portion here, and you see here, in the legend, it says buy. So it had 11 buy for September, 11 buy for October. And we're reaching to the point where, because of the beginning of November, that it's going to say a strong buy as well. And their buy recommendations at a 2, okay? It really should be about a 1.5, but we're getting into semantics, which really doesn't make a huge difference there. Moving right along. We're going over here to Market Watch. And we're just going to look at the performance here. And we look year to date, it's only been up around 13%. It's because they had a lot of volatility early on. And then, of course, the pandemic, we're looking at those things. So that may take a major effect why the stock has not done so well, but it is coming right back, like I told you guys. So keep investing in Plug Power. Have it on a recurring investment. And as you can tell here, Market Watch also says that it's somewhat overbought. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of information out here to let you know that this stock is going to reach around $60 to $70 per share. Now, if you buy in where it's currently at, $39 per share, then you will be making around $20 to $30 per investment. Think about that. I really want you guys to hone in on that because I think it's imperative you understand if you are investing roughly $40 for every $40 you invest, you get $30 in return. Do you understand the amount of percentage and profit that you're making off that one investment? And I tell people, listen, I will show you my recurring investments on Robinhood. I'm not investing in any stock over $25 per month. I mean, you can make it $10 per month, $15 per month, but you should have a plethora of stocks that you are recurring investing in. Just to give you an example, you should be investing in Apple, even if you don't like Apple. If you don't have Apple product, you still should be investing in Apple because you see the potential, you can see the profit, you can see the projection, you can see the investing, you see the innovation of Apple. Apple will continue to grow. You should be investing in Google and Amazon. $25, $10, it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen, but Plug Power should be one of those ones you have in your portfolio because, again, it's under $50. It's $40 right now, and it's projected to reach around $70 per share, okay? Now, let me show you some information I think that will be important to you as well to make you well-informed about why you should be investing in Plug Power. Their defense contract with BAE Systems, okay? BAE Systems partnered on hydrogen power electric buses. Now and again, for you guys who know people, your family members, brothers, sisters, uncle, aunts, those who probably worked at a Lockheed Martin, a Raytheon, a Boeing, a General Dynamics. This is the comparison of BAE Systems. We understand that BAE Systems is out of Great Britain. Now, for you guys who've been living under a rock, I'll just give you a quick rundown of this very quickly. And it says here that BAE Systems is a British multinational armed security. That means they deal in weaponry and weaponry systems. That's what they would say. We have some advanced weaponries here. An aerospace company based in London, England. The company is the largest The company is the largest defense contractor in Europe and amongst the world's largest defense companies. It was ranked as the third largest based on applicable 2017 revenues. Now, let me show you something. They made it a point on BAE Systems to put the United States right here. It tells you about the UK careers, BAE Systems Incorporated, our company, UK careers. But the one thing it put is United States. I wonder what BAE Systems is doing for the United States. Well, BAE Systems successfully tests the APKWS laser-guided U.S. Army shoot-off evaluation. Yes. So I want you to start connecting the dots and making the link that BAE System is now connected to Plug Power. Now you can start seeing the value in Plug Power. See, a lot of times when you're looking at analytics and data and you're trying to figure out, is this a really good stock for me to invest in? Well, there needs to be something else that pushes you over the ledge, okay? For you to jump off the mountain and say, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to invest some of my money. I'm going to take a chance and just hold what you got. Ladies and gentlemen, again, don't stop investing in Plug Power, because I'm telling you right now, it's possibly that this could reach $70 before the year's end. I won't bank my money on that. I want maybe around 50. I'm just guessing here. But these are one of these stocks that has the potential to still blow up well over the projected numbers. So with that being said, I also want to show you some contracts that Plug Powers have before we move right along. BAE Systems will continue providing life cycle sustainment, integration, and engineering service to support U.S. aircraft carriers being selected for a 5-year, almost $70 million indefinite quantity contract for the U.S. Navy. Again, we're linking this all back to Plug Power because it's imperative to understand that Plug Power isn't going anywhere because of the certain contracts and partners that they are connected to. Okay, so stay with me here. Now, we're getting to the end because it's important that you see it for yourself. CNN Business is saying that Plug Power has a high potential of reaching $78 per share. Let's round it up. That's $80 per share. So if we round up right now, because we understand that Plug Power is around $38 per share. Okay, so let's just round it up to $40. So bankly, what I'm getting at is that for every dollar you invest, you get a dollar return. For every dollar you invest, you get a dollar return. And what that simply is saying is you're going to get 100% profit of the investment that you make. Now, me personally, I love any stock that gives me a continuing profit over 20%. That means for every $1 that I invest, I get 20%. So it's 20 cents on a dollar. And some of you may think on a very a low level of what that really means. It means for every dollar you get 20 cents, but you have to also apply compound interest, which continues to grow on itself. It's actually mind-blowing. I've done many videos explaining it, but it's mind-blowing how you can make 20 cents on a dollar and it exponentially doubles and triples and quadruples on itself. So when I'm looking at this, ladies and gentlemen, 100% of your investment return, for every dollar you put in, you get $2 back. So this is absolutely phenomenal. And to really back up my number, I say, okay, I go to CNN Business, but I need another source outside of the media. And here we are at Tip Ranks. And Tip Ranks is step in step with CNN Business, saying $78 per share. Let me blow it up just a little bit for you guys can see it. That it has a strong potential of reaching $78 per share. And it also has a low forecast of $27 per share. And there's been some volatility with Plug Power this year. But ladies and gentlemen, the sustainable part of Plug Power is all the contracts and partners that is making when it comes to hydrogen sales and hydrogen energy. Okay. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me this morning. Good morning, Jermaine Anderson, as well as for Tor. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't stop investing in Plug Power. I gave you the information. And last but not least, I told you I'll look at my portfolio so you can see some of the recurring investments that I have. So let me do this very quickly here. As we're looking at my portfolio, I'm just going to scroll down to Plug Power. You see right here, Plug Power. If you guys can zoom in, I'm at around 60% of my Plug Power. I have a plus positive of $2,000 I made off of Plug Power at 137 shares. Okay. And the average cost of all my Plug Power shares was $25 per share. All right. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper here because I'm going to show you my recurring investments. Give me 1 second, family. I'm going to show you this because I think it's imperative that you see that a platform like Robinhood, WeBull, M1 Finance, Stash will allow you to do monthly allotments, monthly recurring investment, which also encompasses the spirit of dollar cost averaging, right? Doesn't matter the amount of the stock, you will continue to invest on that stock. So you see right here, ladies and gentlemen, that here's my recurring investments: Plug Power recurring buy, 3D printing recurring buy, Power Shares, Tesla, a Vanguard. I have a bunch of Vanguard, Goldman Sachs. I have all of these on recurring investments. Okay, Fidelity, Amazon, Apple. So I have all of these on recurring investment for how much? $25. That's all I have. And some of you, I know some of you have $150 per month that you know you blow away going out to eat, buying gadgets, buying trinkets, buying an article or clothing that you really don't need. It's just buying it for fun. $5 a day for 30 days is $150. Invest that in the stock market. Set it with some solid stocks or some ETFs. I tell people, if you are novice, right, meaning that you're a beginner in investment, look for some ETF that mirrors the stock market, okay? And I'll just show you a couple of them here because I have them. I'm going to show you a couple right here. So ETFs that mirror the stock market are a Vanguard total stock market ETF. You are investing in the total stock market with this one ETF, and you can set it and forget it. That's how easy it is. And for you guys who are not familiar with ETFs, ETFs are a basket of different stocks. Okay. When you invest in Tesla, you invest in Tesla. But when you invest in an ETF that deals with electric vehicles, or even a total stock market ETF, or stock or ETF that lists the S&P 500 stocks, then you are investing in every stock in that S&P 500 or the total stock market. So you're investing in increments. That means fractions of those stocks, but you continue to invest and decrease. Okay, you decrease the volatility because you have such a great mix when you invest in an ETF. So I say if you're a beginner, invest in 1, 2, 3, 4 ETFs and continue to invest every month. Set it and forget it, just like you do your Netflix, just like you do your Hulu, just like you do subscription-based services, okay? This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. You guys have a great and wonderful Monday. I see you guys on the next one. I'm out.